Hello, this tutorial is all about how to use the long shadows action in Photoshop, and let's just jump right into it. First of all, I have Photoshop CS4. It should work from anything from CS3 and up, and maybe even earlier versions. All you have to do is make sure that you have your actions window. This can be found if you have it up here in your toolbars, or if you can't see this, you can also go to window and then make sure this is checked, and this will be your panel through which you're going to use your actions. And all you have to do is go click on this button in the corner, say load actions, and then go ahead and find the file where you saved the long shadow action, and unzipped all of and unzipped your package that I sent you. That's going to be the action that you want to load. And once it's loaded, you'll see that it comes up with a file, and this is your set, and you have 8 actions total. Each one is a different direction, and then the first 4 are for just normal shadows, and the last 4 are if you want to add a background to your icon so that it masks the shadow and cuts it off so it doesn't extend past the screen. So I will go ahead and show you what each of these does and how you can easily use that to customize your icon sets or your logos or pretty much any other kind of image or text that you would like to customize. First of all, let's just open a new file. I'll go with 80 pixels. It works on any resolution. I'm going to I want to revamp this icon set that I've got, and so I'll just grab this one. Alright, and I'll drag it into my new image in Photoshop. So now it's ready to go. Of course, I can always change the color by double clicking here onto the layer styles, and I can make a different color if I'd like to. We'll just stick with kind of a dark red. And then I can choose which direction that I want. We'll start with these first 4. Bottom right long shadow, that means that the shadow will start with where it is and it will end at the bottom right of the image. Bottom left is the same thing. It goes from here down and it ends in going this direction. Top right, it goes up to here, this corner, and top left, it goes up to this corner. So we'll just go with bottom right, and all you have to do is make sure that the layer that you want to add the shadow to is selected, and then go up to long shadows. We choose our direction, and then we click on this play button, and then it will tell you, it's just a warning that the next panel that comes up is going to be your settings, so you can choose the color of your shadows. So just hit continue. Then you can choose the color of your shadow. We can just keep it at black. It's pretty standard. Say OK, and it starts creating your shadow. And now you've got your long shadow. Oops. It's now just another layer, so it is a rasterized image, which means that you can add, you can change the colors, you can add textures, anything you want really to make it custom to your design needs. And another way you can also do things is with opacity. That also is a great tool for making your shadow custom to what you're needing. You can also do a background for your icon. This is also a pretty common technique that we've seen in design lately. I'm going to go ahead and expand the canvas just a little bit so we have some more room to go, and we'll make sure that's all like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a layer, and I'm going to make just a background. We'll go with a circle. and this is for my icon to reside on, and I'm actually going to change this to be, we'll go with just white, and we'll make the background of the shape be red this time. And now I want a shadow that goes from my logo or my icon, but I want it to stop, and I don't want it to go onto the white background here. This is great for example, if I didn't have a background, if I want this to be a PNG, so this is transparent, and I can just put it on my website or my print material, whatever. The shadow will not extend beyond this edge. So we're going to go down to this second set. It still is bottom right, but I have this background that I want. So I have to make sure that my layer, the one that it's going to get the shadow, is above my shape for the background. So I just click on this, choose my direction. We'll go bottom left this time so you can see that, and hit play again. Continue, choose your color. We'll keep it at black. Let it run, and now it's got a shadow generated, but it is masked by the shape, and so it won't go extend beyond the circle. And now I can keep this as it is, or I can change the opacity. We change it to about 20%, and that way it kind of takes on this red color, but it looks like a natural shadow. Or I can even change the shadow's color by double clicking and getting into the layer style, and you can choose color overlay. We can make it whatever color you want, depending on what you need, once again. So last thing is also something that's kind of fun to do, is to add, you can customize this in any way. You can change the layer styles for the shadow, you can change it for your background because nothing's been changed here, so you can change the color, or you could even add things like textures. We can make it pretty much customized to whatever you want, and since that shadow is at 20% of opacity, it's going to pick up this layer style now, so so you can still see the textures or colors or whatever it is that you want on your background. One last thing that you can do, we'll go ahead and get rid of this shadow here, is sometimes you may have seen shadows coming off both this little circle, the background, and the icon. So we'll show you how you can do that really fast. I'm going to expand the canvas one more time just so you can see everything. And I recommend starting with your icon background first when doing the shadow, and then we'll say we want it to go to the top left this time. So choose your top left shadow. However, since this background will not have a mask, I want to choose it from this first set of 4. Top left, it is selected, and we'll say run. Continue. Keep it on black. And now we've got the shadow going off of the background, and now we can go back and choose our icon layer, and then we want and you can choose to just continue to run this. I do like to keep it masked just in case I want to turn this layer off. I'm going to choose this. We want it at top left, so we go down to here, TL top left, but it's also with a background, so it's going to mask using whatever shape is below this layer. And then I'm going to hit run, continue, choose my color, and we're all set. And then of course you can change the opacity if you'd like on either one or both, and continue to customize in whatever suits your design needs. Alright, one last thing, just to show you how powerful this action is. You don't necessarily need to use an image like this. Maybe you want to add some text to your website or something like that. You can say hi. This will work on any text layer that you can make in Photoshop. Any font, doesn't matter. Just use the text tool and add another layer with your text on there. Then you can we'll go ahead and change the color right now, and then go back to your action panel, and we can choose whatever you like, top right maybe, and go ahead and run it. Continue. Okay. And again, it has created a custom shadow for this text. That also works again with the background. And you can also make shadows with shapes in Photoshop. So maybe we just want a triangle. And we'll make that. Then we can choose bottom left, run it, make a shadow, say OK, and it has created a shadow. Thank you so much. Bye.